Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to episode 4 of my super awkward YouTube channel. Thanks for, sticking with me, watching my videos, and I appreciate that you're here. On a personal note, my daughter, my middle child, turned 9 this week, and we had a wonderful time celebrating her. She has had a sort of a rough go of it with school. We thought she would be super into the virtual online school because she's a little bit of an introvert, but whew, she hates it. So things are slowly getting better, celebrating her and her birthday, and she got her cat, Nova, who I introduced last week on the video, and who is sort of like a cat dog right now because she's still super playful. So that helps a lot. And she also got, a new pencil to draw on her iPad. She's super into animation. And so I'm hoping that we can find some things to interest her creatively going forward that might help balance out some of that school anxiety. Let's see, what else? Oh, I know. To celebrate her birthday, we took her and Nova, the kitty, to the beach this weekend, to the coast here in the Pacific Northwest. And again, we are first-time cat owners, so we didn't know that you weren't really supposed to take your we are first-time cat owners, so we didn't really know that you weren't supposed to take your cat to the beach. Or like, maybe that's like a super P&W thing to do. I don't know. It was very fun and entertaining, and Nova apparently liked the beach, so now we have a whole list of places that we are going to take Nova to on an adventure. It took like an hour to get to the beach, and we can drive directly down onto the beach. She doesn't hate the car yet, and she totally was down for like crawling around in the sand, so whatever. It was fine. It was fun. Happy birthday, Nora. Welcome, Nova. Moving on. One other thing that happened this week that sort of put us a little off kilter was throughout this whole quarantine experience, we sort of have been in a little pod with one other family, and one of the members of their family had to get a COVID test this week, and so we were sort of all anxiously awaiting, well, the results for her specifically, and then to see if anyone else in either of our families got sick. But thankfully her test came back today and it was negative, and no one else in either of our families is experiencing any symptoms. So we are moving on from that with thankful hearts. But it did put everyone a little bit behind and on edge this week. Also, I don't know about you guys, but it is getting dark quite early here, and my early mornings are sort of also done in darkness now, so it's a little bit harder to get motivated as the season changes from summer to fall, and I'm a little bit nervous about daylight savings time this year in the middle of a pandemic, so guess we'll see. One project I've been working on long term but that I'm not quite satisfied with yet is this sort of archive book. My thought is to have them for multiple holidays, and this is an Amazon KDP journal, and I just titled it the Halloween book, and my idea is to archive your Halloweens every year for 25 years. Every year at my house I always put out pictures from each Halloween in little frames so you can like see the progression of our Halloweens through the year, and it's one of my favorite things. So this is similar concept but in a book form. Again, I'm not super thrilled. I'm working on redesigning these pages, so I wouldn't say this is a fail, but I would say it's a work in progress. So you can see, I have like the year and where you celebrated, who you celebrated with, what kind of costumes you wore, candy and treats, and highlights from this year, and then a place for pictures from that year. So again, I am working on a better design of this book, but I just wanted to kind of showcase the concept, sort of this is the direction I'm going, And another thing that I'm working on is to sort of build this community around the idea of archiving your family. So I had set out these postcards for Halloween just randomly around town, and they just have a little Halloween decoration or design on the front, and then on the back, this particular, there's different ones. They are stamped and have my address on them, but this particular one says, is there a food, beverage, or game that you enjoy every Halloween? Tell us about it. So the idea is that people would just find these cards in random places and send in a little Halloween memory, and then we would share that information in our archive community. I haven't had a ton of time to do that, to put them out this year, but I am working on it. I will leave a link to the Archive Hive site that has this address on it if you wanted to send your own Halloween memories, or you can send them via mail, there's an address, or via email, there's an email address as well. If I sound really awkward talking about the Archive Hive, I am sorry. I just am trying to find the best way to put this idea out into the world, and I'm not sure how to do it yet. So thanks for coming along this journey with me as I figure it out, because that's what I want to do, figure it out. In this week's first world problems, the curtain rod in our living room fell off the wall on my head this morning as I was opening the windows, so that was highly entertaining for everyone. In do good, our family's do good, or my own do good, that's a little bit of both, I guess. I have spent a lot of time this week donating money, text banking, and calling for the upcoming presidential election, so that is also taking up quite a bit of my time this week. So don't forget, vote. I think voting is already in progress in a lot of states, early voting. Here in Oregon, we vote by mail, so I am excited to get my ballot and fill it out very soon. We continue Harry Potter 6 as our read aloud with the kids. We are to the part where Dumbledore has gone to get Harry from Privet Drive, and they are on their way to convince Horace Slughorn to join the team at Hogwarts. In grown-up books, I got my Book of the Month subscription box this week, and so that means a new book for me, one of my favorite subscription services ever. And I got a book called Leave the World Behind, sort of about a clashing of multiple worlds, I think during a blackout in New York City. I'm not sure what time period it takes place in, but it says TV and internet, so it must be relatively current. So I am excited to start this one. In watching, we continue our Schitt's Creek journey in season 2, and I continue my Call the Midwife journey, embarrassingly. As I have talked about not having time in this video, I have been able to watch at least 2 more seasons of Call the Midwife, and have landed at the end of season 6. All right, well, that's it for this week. I hope that you guys have a great weekend, and yeah, see you back here next week for episode 5. Thanks for watching.